Example 6. Factor 50t squared w squared minus 8x to the fourth. So first I'm going to see if there's anything I can factor out of both terms. Since 50 and 8 are both even, and since 50 or 8 are both even, I can factor 2 out of both terms. So I'm going to factor out of 2. So that leaves me with 25t squared w squared minus 4x to the fourth. So now I have a binomial. So since all of my variables are to even powers, none of which are divisible by 3, these two, the only thing that these two could be would be the difference of perfect squares. So 25 is a perfect square, 4 is a perfect square. The variables are raised to even numbers, which makes them perfect squares. So I'm going to factor this binomial as though it's the difference of perfect squares. So the 2 I factored out comes along for the ride. I'd end up with 5tw minus 2x squared and 5tw plus 2x squared. I'll examine the two binomials I have now, and neither of these are factorable. So if I want to factor 50t squared w squared minus 8x to the fourth, I end up with 2 times 5tw minus 2x squared times 50tw plus 2x squared. Example 7. I want to factor 3a to the third b minus 21a squared b squared plus 18ab to the third. So I'm going to see if there's something I can factor out of all 3 terms first. Since all the coefficients are divisible by 3, I know I can factor out a 3. There is an a term in all 3, with the lowest exponent being 1, so I can factor out an a. And there's a b term in all 3, with the lowest exponent being 1, so I can factor out a b. So if I factor out 3ab, I would be left with a squared minus 7ab plus 6b squared. So this leaves me with a trinomial, which has a leading coefficient of 1. So in the case of a leading coefficient of 1, the only thing I really need to check is to see if there are 2 factors of positive 6 that when I add them together give me negative 7. So 2 factors of positive 6 that would add together to give me negative 7 are negative 1 and negative 6. So I'll bring my 3ab along for the ride. When I factor this trinomial, I will have a minus b times a minus 6b. So, to factor 3a cubed b minus 21a squared b squared plus 18ab to the third, I would end up with 3ab times a minus b times a minus 6b.